billions of species call her home, from the tiniest creatures to majestic giants, evolving billions of years. There's nothing like her, not anywhere close. Once nature created our future, now we create the future of nature. A future where charging replaces burning. Our homes are powered by the sun, and our cities lit by the wind. A future where people act responsibly and think sustainably. Where traditional means carbon-free, leaving oil and gas in the ground. The energy revolution. Defined by artificial intelligence developing intelligent and high-performance battery cells. Giving you extended range, more charge cycles, and reduced costs. Fully customizable in capacity and shape for every vehicle brand and type. Produced by Inobat Auto. Located at the very heart of the automobile industry, Slovakia, within easy reach of all major car makers in Europe. Providing close support throughout development and express deliveries. For a better future. For the next generation. This is our last chance to get it right. Inobat. Intelligent batteries for a greener world.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, welcome on stage Inobat co-founder and CEO, Mr. Marian Bocek.
Welcome, everyone. It's amazing to be here today at the commercial launch of Inobat, our first battery cell production company. We have some esteemed guests here from the government, visitors, shareholders, investors from 3 continents. Everyone who has been invited here has been instrumental in making this dream a reality. Every dream starts with a vision, with a bit of an idea that actually, in case of Inobat, it was sketched on a napkin, and we have decided to actually keep the memory of this napkin to really monitor and record actually the beginning of our journey. It's not very legible, but basically just to give you a context, 4 years ago I was sitting on the train ride from Oxford. We were visiting some PV perovskite a technology company, and we were thinking, what can we do actually to put Slovakia on the map? Slovakia, incredible manufacturing heritage, and we thought, we're #1 car manufacturer in the world per capita. Why can we build batteries? Why can we build the best high-performance batteries in Slovakia, where we take some of the best chemistry IP, bring some amazing brains from local universities from across the world, and actually build a cell that can make planes fly, formula to go electric, boats to go crazy, basically target the underserved segments of the market. This is how Inobat idea was sketched out 4 years ago. You see, it's not an assembly line type of concept as you see in other parts of Eastern Europe, where typically you would see the IP coming from abroad and then Eastern Europeans manufacturing. We decided that actually we're going to create IP here in Slovakia, R&D facility, and actually take it here into a manufacturing phase. So there's a saying that if you want to walk fast, you can walk alone. If you want to walk long, you gotta walk together with other people. So we believe in a concept of collaboration. We just came back from COP28. Many of you were there with us, and the prevalent theme is about how do we find win-win type of concept of succeeding in beating the climate change or climate mitigation. We call it C2C, cradle to cradle. We believe life is circular, and we believe that if you want to be successful, you got to provide a circular solution to electrification. And I'm very glad that as a company, we've been able to partner with some amazing corporates, strategic investors, partners, to really look at the entire life cycle from critical raw materials all the way to cell manufacturing, R&D, as well as recycling. So I'm glad that many of you are our partners, shareholders, like Rio Tinto, now Gotion. We have been working, if you go back the slide, we have been actually working with companies from Japan, from China, on building this facility. We have Chairman Wang here from Wuxi Lead, which is the leading equipment supplier. We have management team from Takanaka. So just think about it, Japanese and Chinese working together with Slovak engineers to actually make this facility happen, and I can't wait for you to see it. Also working with some of the leading IP companies from Silicon Valley, like Wildcat, Group 14, and then working with industrialization partners like Gotion. We have Stephen Kai here, and you're going to hear from him in a little while, who has founded some of the world's largest battery companies, including CATL, Gotion, and I'm very glad that actually these are our shareholders. If you look at where we have traveled since that napkin was sketched out to now, 4 years later, we have been able to raise over 200 million euros in capital, equity, quasi-equity, from investors from 3 continents, Rio Tinto, the World Bank Group, Gotion, which is part of the Volkswagen Group, IPM, Acros, Avanea, Amaraja, big Indian cell producer. We have been able to build 2 products, one for the aviation sector and one actually that will power Formula E. And we're very excited to actually welcome our customer, Lilium here. Yves, you will hear from him in a little while. Also prospective customers like Rimac, we are very hopeful that the Slovak and Croatian companies will build this Danube Tech Valley, and work together on really combining the best of R&D and manufacturing. And what Rimac has done has been phenomenal. So we are very much looking forward to support you guys, and glad you are here. Volta One is actually our initial production. You're all going to see the tour. And this is actually the heart of InoBat. This is where we create customized chemistry. We take on different challenges from customers who have decided to fly emissions-free, or customers that want to go electric, speedboats to Formula One. This is actually with the team here. Over 100 people, 70 nationalities are working together to make it happen. We're not stopping here. Volta 2 is our expansion. That's our gigafactory, which we are co-developing with Gotion. And you will see after the tour we have 70,000 square meters of land that we own, and we are looking to actually put a big 4 gigawatt-hour line for which we have permits and the planning permit. Kamzik is our latest accomplishment. It's a joint venture between Gotion and InoBat. It's called GIB, Gotion InoBat Batteries. A couple of weeks ago, we have just announced an MOU with the Slovak government to build a 20 gigawatt-hour factory not far away from here, in Šurany. We have a mayor of Šurany here. And we're very excited about this because this makes Slovakia a big player in battery industry. With this JV, with Stephen Kai, with GIB, people like Tara, the Slovak government, we're really making sure and really enabling the electrification of the industry in Slovakia. So we don't become obsolescent just as an automotive nation, but also as the leading EV battery value chain player. And this is what we are looking to accomplish. Project is called Kamzik, which is mountain goat. That's our national animal in Slovakia. Mountain goat is a phenomenal animal because actually it only functions in high altitudes, And we believe that GIB is that type of joint venture that is striving higher and higher for bigger challenges and nothing we cannot overcome. So Kamzik, watch the space. I'm glad that government has given us the blessing to start the initial development in Šurany. Project Line is our extension from Slovakia down the Danube Valley in Serbia. And I'm very glad that we have IFC, the International Finance Corporation, here with us, Femi Oksana, and Global Head of Equity that came just for a day from Washington, D.C. To allow us to co-develop this project. It's the first example of where you have an IP pilot created in Slovakia and extending down the Danube to another country. So we hope that from this facility we can help serve the Balkan region. So I think I covered what we've been doing. Also on the education front, we believe in power of education, and we started this concept called Battery Academy, where we've been working with some of the leading R&D scientists from local universities. We've been able to bring in talents, from LG Chems, Northvolts, Gotions, you name it, of the world. And it's a beautiful way how we were actually turned the brain drain into a brain gain and concentrated it here in Voderady. So I'm very happy that you're going to see actually our labs and our manufacturing line. On the 25th, we'll be hosting European Commissioner Maroš Šefčovič here to launch the EU Battery Academy concept, right? Taking the Slovak Battery Academy concept on a wider EU level so we can continue to train some of the greatest R&D brains in Slovakia. So, basically, what I would like to show you now is a video that walks you through how, in the last couple of years, we went from acquiring a brownfield site to actually making our first operations happen. So, we would love to walk you through this journey of construction. Please enjoy. There is a round of applause to the whole team and our partners for making it happen. So we went from vision to reality in basically 4 years' time. We're very excited about what's going to happen next. We believe that we have the right partners behind us that put wind behind our sails. And none of this would have happened without the support of government, strategic partners, industrial partners. And I would like to now leave the floor to actually allow some of our close supporters since the beginning to give their testimonials. So enjoy.
Lilium is creating a sustainable and accessible mode of high-speed regional transportation for people and goods with their unique invention, Lilium Jet, an all-electric vertical takeoff and landing jet designed to offer leading capacity, low noise, and high performance with zero operating emissions. Lilium Jet is powered by InoBat batteries. Lilium is the first customer and the shareholder of InoBat. Welcome on stage, Lilium Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Yves CMC.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to stress the first thing why we are here is that, as you see, Lilium is an eVTOL company, and eVTOL, there is E. It's electricity, it's energy. So this is why it's so meaningful. I'm building aircraft, so why am I here? It's automotive country, yes, but it's basically e-country. It's becoming an e-country, and we are e-mobility. So we are here because we believe in what InoBat is doing. We've been believing in you for 3 years now, and developing technologies together, and also looking at how you're growing your manufacturing footprint. We've been pretty impressed, and we believe in InoBat because of the vision and because of the people. The vision is excellent. You're addressing a market of high power cell, which is a road which is less traveled by the multitude of big gigawatt players. You will be one, and we will need these volumes. But the eVTOL industry is growing and picking up. Ladies and gentlemen, around the world, there will be flying machines like ours in 2, 3, 4 years. It's already happening in China. They're already certified. So there is a revolution which is happening that you probably don't see coming. Like electrical vehicle were a revolution on the road 15 years ago. And that revolution will be enabled by some of our aircraft, and these aircraft will be enabled by the production of cells here in InoBat. So for us, it was normal to be here. It's just one stepping stone. The collaboration between InoBat and Gotion is very promising. We see new technologies arriving. I need to remind everybody, the reason why we have machines which are flying that are called, and I don't like the name, air taxis, that's called regional air mobility. This is what it is. We will enable people to fly long distance and save hours. They only happen now because of the progress of the battery industry. This has been enabled by cells going beyond 250 watt-hour per kilogram and being accessible in mass market. And we know that this energy density is growing and growing. And the more energy density, the more range. So the Lilium Jet will enter in service in 2026 with a range of 175 kilometers. But we already see some promising energy densities that are going to enable us to reach a range of 300 kilometers. And now imagine what you can do if you're based in Europe, we're located in Munich, and you can fly 300 kilometers. It solves a lot of your problems. If you are anywhere around the world where there is not yet an infrastructure, and you don't want to invest the years and billions in building railway and infrastructure, then you can just basically create a service, a platform, which is basically connecting people. So that's our vision. That vision is enabled by the battery industry, and the more energy density, the more performance, the more it will deliver to the world. Sustainable regional air mobility. Very happy to be here. The journey is just starting. Thank you, Mine.
The International Finance Corporation, part of the World Bank, improved the lives of people in developing countries by investing in private sector growth, connecting economic development and humanitarian needs to create real progress for the people and places that need it most. IFC supports InoBat development project to fast-track green transition in IFC member countries in Europe. Welcome on stage, Global Manager, Manufacturing Investment and Trade Supply Finance, Mr. Femi Akinrebio.
About 4 years ago, we started a new strategy, and it's a strategy that is pushing IFC to get into the trenches and support the creation of solutions to world problems. Traditionally, we look for things that are bankable, that are ready for financing, and we put money behind it. But these are not going to solve all the problems in the world, especially when it comes to energy transition. If we're going to make the world a livable planet for all of us, we need to find solutions that solve critical problems, especially on the climate agenda. So around the time that our strategy is being rolled out, for some reason, Miriam was also incubating InoBat in his mind. And 2 years ago, we met, and we saw that the work that is being done in Europe is not only going to be beneficial for Europe. We want to support the diversification of the sources of batteries globally. And we think if something this nice is incubated in Europe, we could potentially take it to all parts of the world. And hopefully we will start in Africa. So we joined with InoBat by supporting the development of the concept and hopefully the templates that we can take from Europe to other parts of the world. So glad to be here. Congratulations to you and to Tara and to the entire team behind this vision.
Gotion High-Tech is one of the earliest enterprises engaged in the research and development, production and sales of new energy, vehicle power, lithium and batteries in China. Gotion operates globally and has carried out strategic cooperation with Volkswagen, Tata Group, VinFast, and Jinko, recently becoming a shareholder and strategic partner of InoBat. Gotion InoBat Batteries signed a memorandum of understanding with the Slovak government for the construction of the battery gigafactory in Šurany. Welcome on stage, board member and chief technology officer of Gotion High-Tech, board member of InoBat, Mr. Stephen Kai.
As you can see, I come here to work. So I dress properly. As most of you might have heard, last week we had this great GIP lunch at COP28. Tara, Marianne, and me, and Du Jian, four of us went to Dubai, and we had a great time. And we also have so many discussions with interested parties. And a lot of people ask me, Gotion, you're one of the biggest battery companies in the world. Why did you choose InoBat? And actually this morning when I came, I heard the similar questions again and again. And so I want to take, instead of promoting Gotion, I think most of you already know Gotion, I want to answer that question. And Gotion, before we come to Slovakia, before we get to know and choose InoBat, we actually spent more than 2 years circling around Europe and looking for a potential production site where we can build a gigafactory to support our European customers. And then after exhaustive search for more than 2 years, we've been to I think 8 countries in Europe and probably 20 different sites. And then we also hired Roland Berger to do the study for us. But we ended up here. Ended up working and partnering with InoBat. Why? I think, if I have to summarize, I think we have 3 major reasons. Number 1 reason is the people and the vision of this company, believe it or not. We didn't really go through any due diligence. We didn't, study InoBat's products. We came here because we know the people and we like the vision. Okay, that's the first reason. And the second reason, of course, is Slovakia is in the heart of Europe. Like I said, within a few hundred kilometer radius, there are a lot of automotive companies. And then by coming to Slovakia, we come into the heart of the auto industry in Europe. And Slovakia is also, we've been told by Roland Berger, they have the highest vehicle production per capita. So if we come here, we build a gigafactory to support those automakers, we have a lot of potential customers right here waiting for our product. So that's the second reason, which make a lot of business sense. And of course, Šurany site is also very attractive. We have railways going through it, lots of power, high voltage, 420 kVA power and 110 kVA power. And we also have a gas pipe going under our property. So, the attraction of Slovakia as well as Šurany is outstanding comparing to all the other sites we saw. And then the number 3 reason is that InoBat as a company put in a lot of effort doing research, advanced research on high-performance battery cells, which is very attractive for some small volume niche players like Lilium Jet. Gotion, we're a mass producer. You know, if you give me an order less than 1 gigawatt hours, I might not even want to do it because, you know, we want to get the largest volume possible where we, you know, start our plant production line every day running at full capacity, and then, of course, we get a lower margin. But InnoBat is on the other side of the spectrum, and they want to do small volume, but high margin. They make a lot more money than we do per kilowatt hours sold, and then also support those niche players. You know, other than Lilium Jet, they're working with Rimac, they're working with Ferrari, those kind of high performance vehicles. And those vehicles, their annual sales is very limited. So even if they convert their whole fleet into EVs, the volume won't be much. But they have very high margin. They're certainly got a lot of money to pay for the high performance batteries. So this third reason is very critical because we see Gotion and InnoBat is like a marriage made in heaven. For small volume, niche players, if they come to me, I will refer them to InnoBat, use InnoBat cells, and vice versa. If a large volume customer know about InnoBat and trying to look for a European local producer for battery, and here we go, we have GIP. We're gonna build 40 gigawatt hours of production capacity after 2 phases, and then we can support millions of EVs. So this is a perfect match between the two companies, and it makes a lot of business sense. You know, we're not here just to do charity work. We want to do good work, but at the same time, we want to be profitable in this continent. So, you know, if you're still wondering why Gotion chose InnoBat, here's my answer, an honest answer. I didn't make it up. I didn't write anything down. It's exactly what happened. So with that, I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I think you made the right decision, right choice to come here and to support this great company called InnoBat. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen said an amazing thing yesterday about how the battery industry was born in China and why, you know, Chinese surpassed the Koreans and, you know, why Europeans have fallen behind. And besides the ingenuity and the engineering is the speed, but also the government support. You know, when you build a new industry, it's like a little baby. You know, you gotta feed it, you gotta make sure, you know, to teach it how to walk. And basically what we're doing here, we are giving birth to a new industry in Slovakia. We're building a new battery value chain. We're not doing it alone. We actually have strong partners. And I'm very glad that actually the government, the public sector backed us up. Since we just came up with the idea in 2019, 2020, I remember the first presentations I had at the Ministry of Finance, and I'm glad that actually the government gave us the first investment we ever got in 2020 was a €5 million grant, which allowed us to build the first Slovakia cell. We have not been able to build it here because Voderady didn't exist. We actually have built it in Korea and in Taiwan. We learned the trick of actually making cathode anode materials, which you're gonna see now live. And I'm very glad that actually today, thanks to the government support, you know, we're able to have in-house localized production of cells. So today you're gonna see the first made in Slovakia cell. Before that, I would like to give honors to the first state secretary, Mr. Šaško, to say a few words and express on behalf of Attitude a big word of thank you because, you know, without the government support, we have not been here. So thank you. Please.
Okay, so distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have prepared some speaking notes that I was going to say, but watching all this and hearing all this, maybe I will start with a couple of personal remarks. First of all, they all turn around 4 or 5 priorities that are very important for the government of the Slovak Republic and definitely for the Ministry of Economy of the Slovak Republic. First is the industry transformation via the energy transformation, including the automotive sector, which we are, as a Slovakia, very proud of, is a building block of our economy, and we are very proud that many global brands are located in Slovakia, and this is very important. Secondly, it's the talent attraction, and maybe in the wider context, the change or the transformation of the labor market. Third is the research and the development, which we are still, in my opinion, lacking, and we want to make sure that we are able to attract more and more R&D into our country with the aim to create more added value. That is very important for us. And fourth is then the investment, sustainable investments into R&D, into more added value. And if all this can be wrapped and have a stamp of made in Slovakia, that is something that I think naturally we as Slovakians should be proud for. And I have a feeling, and I really feel like all these 5 priorities are sort of grouped in a brand, Inobat. So congratulations on that. I'm very happy, and I want to say it here, that it was in 2020 that then Minister of Finance, Minister Kamenitsky, was the first who supported the company from the public sources. It was the 5 million investment. And since then, the government assisted in investing or in supporting the investments via the EO funds, IPSE funds, etc. And it is the very same Minister of Finance that is sort of overviewing together with other members of the government the further development of the Inobat, and as recently the joint venture created with Gotion, which we are very proud of. So as usually, I will not read anything from what I prepared, but I think that I made all the points that I really wanted to make. Congratulations, welcome distinguished guests, feel good in Slovakia, and we are very proud from the government point of view that we can cooperate, and hopefully we can really have a good future together. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the inauguration ceremony of the first Inobat battery manufacturing line is ready to start. And in order to explain the logic behind it, so to start the operation of our first line, we have chosen the symbol of this power box, which will be energized with the batteries developed by Inobat. 6 E33 batteries will be inserted in this power box, symbolizing each a part of the manufacturing process. And we are very happy that to start this line will help us people, colleagues, our guests, who really play a significant role in the history of Inobat, who made an outstanding contribution to Inobat growth. Those people who supported us from the very beginning with their trust, dedication, persistence, and passion for Inobat mission. So I believe now we can start with the insertion of the first battery. And in order to do this, let me welcome on stage Inobat's first ever customer, Lilium, and its CEO, Mr. Yves CMC, together with Inobat board member, Mrs. Catherine Becker. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we started the first part of the process. And now for the second battery, let me welcome on stage provider of InoBat first manufacturing line, Vushilith, and its founder and chairman, Mr. Wang, and the construction company which developed Vodiradi site, Takinaka, and its deputy branch manager, Mr. Peter Uvalek. Please. Thank you very much. And for the third battery, to start the third part of the manufacturing process, let me welcome on stage First State Secretary of Ministry of Economy of the Slovak Republic, Mr. Kamil Šaško, and the board member of InoBat, Mr. Vasil Hudak. Thank you very much. The fourth battery. Let me invite the first investor of InoBat across and mayor of Vodirady that became the home of first Slovakian battery, founder of Across Group, Julius Strapik, and mayor of Vodirady, Mrs. Anita Gajarska. Please welcome on stage. Thank you. So we have the fifth battery, and I have a pleasure to welcome on stage the visionary of InoBat C2C platform and development strategy, InoBat board member and chief development officer, Dr. Tara Lindstedt, and the first strategic partner for localization of battery value chain, InoBat shareholder, Goshen High Tech, its board member and CTO, Mr. Steven Kamp. Thank you very much. So we have the sixth battery that will start the whole process of battery manufacturing. And now I would like to invite on the stage the first employee of InoBat, Managing Director of Slovakia, Mr. Pavel Krokoš. Pali. So now the heart of the battery beats in Slovakia, in Vodirady. So we have successfully launched our first battery manufacturing line. And now we would like to invite you for the site tour so you can see everything with your own eyes. In order to make it more effective, we have divided all our esteemed guests into two groups. So the first group will be led by my colleague Pavel, the one who put the sixth battery and started the line. And the second group will be led by my colleague Philip, who is the project manager for Vodirady and helped to develop this project together with the other members of the team. They will be accompanied by our R&D and manufacturing experts that joined us, that Marian was speaking about the brain gain. So this is the real example of brain gain, Adrian Domin and Tomáš Vrobel. So the start of the first group tour will be in about 5 minutes, so you have some time to get ready for it. And then please join Pali, who will be waiting for you next to this door from where the tour will start. And the second group will join after 15-20 minutes. So in the meantime, Philip will explain to the members of the second group a little bit of logistics and how the facility looks like. And after the tour, we will be very happy to welcome you here again to celebrate the big day of InnoBat with a small reception. Thank you.
I would just love to say a few words of thank you, especially to Victoria. She's our head of HR. She made all of this event happen with support of the team. Many thanks to InnoBat employees. We call them InnoBatters. We've gone through a lot of ups and downs, and I'm very excited that we can now showcase what we have built. So enjoy the tour. Vicky, once again, many thanks, and I can't wait to walk you through our equipment and explain to you, with support of much smarter people than me, how First Lock battery has been built. Thank you.